Peace and power, peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows all things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people, the struggle as you come on in. Know this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for questions and answers, conversations, comments and concerns, dialogue, a space for intelligence, integrity, of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. This is your space, a space of love, a space where we're working on a united path towards true liberation, a space where we are on code. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration of class. Please keep all funding information in the chat for the duration of class. Fund this war effort. Please keep all funding tags, apps, Western Unions, all that, whatever, however it's going to be. Please keep that in the chat for the duration of the class and throughout the class. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. If you're already up under here, get your sessions in. Book your sessions. If you or anyone you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, if you or anyone you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, please book an assessment. Do not wait till it's too late. Do not wait till it's too late. I've seen another disturbing story out of Georgia. Man, again, black man unalive a whole family and himself. Domestic violence is so real. It's so prevalent. If you or anybody you know is in need of intimate relationship abuse consultation, please book an assessment. If anyone you know is in need, or if you are in need, okay, of an intimate relationship abuse consultation, book an assessment, learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you, the characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness, certain people and events. Yes, that should heighten your awareness and get you on point. Remember, with the information you save, not only your life, but the life of others. The life you save could be your own. Trust and believe. As you can tell, I'm not in a good place this afternoon. I'm not in a good place. I appreciate those who wait, as I always explain. I'm doing this on my own. When I set up a time frame, I'm actually giving 15 or 20 minutes grace because I have to DM everyone, regardless of them funding the war effort or not. Notifications may not get out. I don't want anyone to miss class. I'm doing it on my own. If I have 110 people that specifically want to be in class, I have to send out 115, 120 DMs by hand, putting a link in. It takes time. Please excuse the tardiness, okay? But again, whether people fund the war effort or not, I believe it's going to be a disservice if I do not at least alert those who may not get notifications. I have to do that on IG. I have to do it in Messenger. I have to do it on Twitter. And some people, I have to send out a text. You dig? Google Voice or any. It takes a minute. Molly, much appreciation. You dig? But are we here? I'm not in a good space. I'm going to let you know. I'm not in a good space. Not at all. We got to tag Jay-Z. Jigga! We have to tag him. We have to tag him. We have to tag the diddler. We do. We have to tag Dame Dash, though. We have to tag Fat Joe, though. We got to factually tag Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak, and all of the others who may have been there. Cool KK. Much appreciation for funding the war effort. We may have to tag the whole Rock Nation. Okay? It's getting very, 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 very real. But however, you know how I sit on propaganda. You know I'm not one to jump at every title. Okay? We get into it. Ghoster. Much appreciation for Fund the War effort. Let's get to it. We also have to tag the jury in New York County in the Daniel Penny case. Tag them. Tag the jury. Share the video. We need to know. We need some answers. Again, once we get into class, you're going to see where I'm going at with it, but we need to get them right. Let's see. Let's take this attendance. Let's get to it. Again, bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. As disciplined as I am, I'm very triggered. Trust and believe. Dust Row, what's going on? We see you. S. Beckles, London is in the building. London is in the building. Magic is in the building. Lil Brit is up in the building. Tierra the Youngin is in the building. What's going on? Mrs. Reels, we see you up in the building. A. Wood, Detroit, what's going on? We see you. We see you. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Boom. What up, Philip? Boom. Hey, yes. Cool K King. A. Wood. Third. Okay. Okay, third eye, first time. Don't get fired if you at work. See, Bliz, my sniper. Bernie, what's going on? Lovely lady, what's up? Andrea Jones, we see you early. Bam, what up? Philly in the building. Bam Woods, Murklow 28 Bush Head. Heart Tunes TV. Superstar Rail 55. You know it. PJ Allen 55. You know it. Kim Williams, what's going on? We see y'all. Zone. 864 again and again and again. Hey, Ghoster, much appreciation. We see you. Mark Hines. Jean. Halloween. Give me you. Canada, first responders saving lives up in the great north. Yes, Canada's in the building. Sean B, 783, Cali, East New York is up in the building, 783. Sean Bolden is in the spotty spot. What? Mr. Man, 55. 55, we see you. WMH Radio Show, what's going on? Vitamin Visions TV. 55, we see you up in there. 55, Rick Gatlin, what's going on? We see you. Hood Sector Highlights. And 1050, 55, and 55. Yeah. Stainless Poverty, what's going on? Sean Jenkins, we see you. And GP, Ms. Latriel. in the building. Aaron Hawks is in the building. What's going on? Ooh-wee, spirit mindset the star. We see you. The character soul, what's going on? Frankie East New York is in the building. We see y'all. We see y'all. What's going on? Brown girl from Boston, Professor Drea, up in the building. We see you. Let's get to it. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Who else is up in it? Uh-oh. Something. Peace, Almighty. What's going on? We see you. Huh? Don't talk to me. 55. Old Head TV, 55. Carnival, 55. Salute, James Carr. Much appreciation for funding the war effort. Whoa. Yeah, they all up in here. Yeah, they up in here. Uh-oh. Bungili, what's going on? Thomas. 55, Thomas. Carl Muhammad, Lakem Assalam, Rock Matullah, what's going on? Jew, what up, Jew? Yeah, Ron Hart, we see you. Renegade Revolvers in the building. Yeah, we see you. The Queen, much appreciation. Yes, we see you funding the war effort. Barbara Williams, 55. Yeah, Mr. Anton, 55. Yeah, we see you. Mac Mizzle, 55, Mac Mizzle, we see you. 55. The Gressler, the global hustler from Zurich, Switzerland, is in the building. Adrian Graham, what's going on? A Squared Art, what up? Now, yeah, I titled it as such because I titled it as such. No questions. Do I believe it? At this point, no, I don't. I've been asked that by several people. Called D. Haven yesterday. He didn't sound too enthusiastic about having a conversation on it. He's in disbelief. To have something like that on your jacket, from a melanated man's perspective, from somebody who's been in the street, from somebody who's been around the industry, man, you don't want that on your worst enemy. Man to man. You don't want that jacket, that label. You don't want that to be true on your worst enemy. And that's for real. It's something about that tag. It's something about that allegation that men just don't, nah. A lot of things can be excusable. Some people even make excuses for some things that are inexcusable. But when a man has that on his jacket, a man who had supposedly conducted himself in a certain way in the streets and amongst other men, nah, you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. But it didn't sit right with me for many reasons. I've been around a long time. I've been in and out of the system. I've been in law libraries consistently within that system. I've talked to a lot of fake individuals. I've talked to a lot of people who have unalived people. I've talked to some people that's crazy, that's off the chain, that's really homicidal maniacs that you would never want to come back to the street. You understand? I've been around, but I have never, and I'm telling you, never in all of my existence been in a space where propaganda is pushed to us in a certain way. I have never seen any type of civil allegations or even criminal allegations leaked on a Sunday evening. Shit like that alerts me to some bullshit. Me. I don't care about anybody else. I don't believe it. Okay? I'm not saying I don't believe the allegations to that degree. I'm not believing in the way it was pushed out. Never. Do you understand? Especially when it comes to us, people who they never expected to crawl up out of any hole. Hip hop, a fad, gutter, disgusting. They wanted no parts of it. For us, for somebody to come from that to make international headlines on a Sunday evening, it didn't sit right with me. And now, this afternoon, I see why. Daniel Penny acquitted of all charges in the choking death of Jordan Neely. So I see the Jay-Z attached to Diddy. I see the distraction. I see the focus over here, while over here, this is being done. Focus over here. Watch the theatrics. Watch the circus, while over here in Syria, we done collapsed an entire country. I'm watching the play, but it just didn't, I didn't see it. I think that's why I'm triggered. I didn't see it coming. I know how easy it is to get convicted in New York County. I know. I was convicted with no evidence. I was charged. I was tried. I had witnesses in the trial speak on crimes that had nothing to do with the case. The same exact way they just threw Harvey Weinstein's case out in New York. Yeah. People aren't keeping up with that. They threw his case out in March and April, right? His New York case. But they're going to retry him. They'll retry him. But they threw it out. Why? Because things were going on in the mix of that trial that aren't legal. I've been through that. I've sat there and had the judge hit that gavel, bam, and get sentenced. I've seen that. I know how juries move in Manhattan. You mean to tell me that a jury sat there for about 2 weeks consistently watching this tape and they couldn't agree on a guilty verdict? That how they were charged? I keep telling y'all, be mindful of how a prosecutor presents the case, how the judge charges the jury. How the judge charges the jury. Do you understand? Do you hear me? When they threw out the top charge, the top count of the indictment, I said, this is a replay. I've seen it before. When I used to come on and I had no audience and I was talking about the Trayvon Martin trial, way back when I was just only doing little Facebook lives, and I said, this man is going to get off, because if George Zimmerman was charged with doing that to a minor, okay, endangering the welfare of a child, there would have been no way he would have got around that. Reckless endangerment of a child, unalive of a child, which Trayvon Martin was, there would have been no way he would have gotten around it. So I already knew. I said, nah. They're using this case to set precedent to make sure that stand your ground is solid in that state. So I wasn't surprised. I was definitely triggered and hurt because my daughter at the time was a child, 6 or 7, and just being aware of her surroundings and consistently hearing what was going on in the news and how it was being presented in her young world, she didn't understand because that was a blow. Everyone felt, and she felt the energy in the house and in the communities. She said, Daddy, how come? How come he didn't get convicted? How come he wasn't guilty? And in trying to answer that, you're very triggered. You're angry. As a man, as a parent, as a black man parenting a little girl at the time. The boy was a teenager. You're trying your best not to blow up and explode when they don't know how involved you were in the streets, when they don't know that you was one that was busting your hammer, you was one that was enraged in the streets, and you don't want them to see that side of you. You don't want them to feel the shit that black men feel consistently, daily, second by second, minute by minute, that we're not safe here. That is the pressure that black women will never, ever understand. There's no chill in that. We walk in that shit regularly. That is an understanding that we have to navigate through. And time after time, how they weaponize, right, these visual lynchings, time in and time out. Time in and time out, black men keep swallowing it. And I already told y'all about stuffing emotionally. It's like a water balloon. You got it up under the faucet, okay? And you keep putting water in it. What's going to happen? What happens? We from the projects. We lived in nature. We played that. What happens when you got that water balloon up under the faucet and you holding it and you filling it up and filling it up and filling it up? It blows up. Black men stuff that down emotionally, mentally. And when we consistently getting attacked in our homes and in our communities, in the workspaces, and people keep telling you, no, it's all right, ignore it, it's all right. Nah, there's an explosion that's going to happen. It's not okay. It is not okay. It cannot be ignored. When you do, you lose pieces of your fatherhood, you lose pieces of your manhood, you lose pieces of your humanity. No one is ever asked to ignore injustice but us. So as I seen it come through, purposely come through your timeline, purposely come through citizens that purposely, in large letters, Daniel Penny acquitted. I was in disbelief. Disbelief. I've seen people indicted for bullshit in Manhattan. I've seen people convicted for, I'm a witness, I was convicted in Manhattan. I know how simple it is. You mean people watch that tape over and over and over again and couldn't find this man guilty of anything, of any of the charges? Okay. When the jurors are known, I'm asking, what should be the repercussion? See, because it's not, as I keep telling y'all, the system moves. It's not on the system. When the individual is right there. How many of the black jurors was there? How many of the black women can look from a space sitting on a jury and watching this video? That only affirms what many black men know. Y'all don't give a fuck about us at all. White men are who you love. White men are who you yearn to please. When we can go through the Eric Garners, when we go through the George Floyds, the Tamir Rices, and black women can ignore that? You wonder why you see so many black men with a cup on the street laying there. You wonder why you see so many of them in your projects, on your benches, not being accountable, not giving a damn. You don't know their stories. You don't know their struggles. A lot of them not built like us. They have been damaged, beaten, and weakened because every time they turn around, they get nothing. Nothing. So they turn to their vices. They turn to the drugs. They turn to the alcohol. They turn to unemployment. And I'm not working nowhere. There is never the true hand to say, come, come. Yo, I got you. They don't do it. In spaces where you have every ability to do it. To just sit tall and look at the injustice, to measure it and say, this man was mentally ill having a fit, and a 26-year-old white boy can choke him out and walk away. Deborah, much appreciation for the super chat. Do you understand that? And his people welcome him back with open arms, patting him on the face. His family, his supporters, his legal team, the press. Are we sorry that you had to go through that dilemma, that pause in your life because, you choked one of those Negroes? We're sorry you had to go through that. We're here for you to get your life back on track. We have counseling. You have time to heal. Yeah. We love you, Daniel. And where's the envelope of support for Jordan Neely. Hold on, man. Hold on, because I can't. Yo. Daniel Penny, the veteran who used a chokehold on a subway rider, Jordan Neely, has been acquitted in Neely's death. A Manhattan jury delivered the verdict in a tense courtroom, clearing Daniel Penny of criminally negligent homicide in Jordan Neely's death last year. The verdict was unanimous. A more serious manslaughter charge was dismissed earlier in deliberations because the jury deadlocked on that count. Both charges were felonies and carried the possibility of prison time. But no, 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 Daniel, we're sorry. No, Daniel, no, we're sorry you had to go through that. How dare they charge you? I mean, that nigger was acting crazy. You saved those people from that nigger. Oh my gosh. It goes back. Unharmed, unscathed. And black men have to, again, ask themselves, yo, what is it going to take? What is it going to take for somebody to just sit there and say, nah, black man, we got you, yo. Nah. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Damn the protesting, damn the marching. When are you going to plot with us? When are we going to get some get back that matches exactly what got us here in the first place? Of course, I'm triggered beyond that. Beyond it. Of course. Of course, I know what must be done. I know how to do it. You understand? This dude that did that shit to that CEO, he don't know what he doing. That's light work. He's a dummy. That's why they got him now. He don't know how to get busy like that. I'm from East New York. We do it. We do it for real, for real. I know what needs to be done. But I also need people to understand that I can't do that alone. I can't do that without educating. I can't do that for my selfish reasons. I can't martyr myself for selfish reasons because there's a teaching that has to go on because people still don't get it. You don't get it. It has to be a united thought, a united energy in order to move the way you need to move for justice. You're not on code. You're not on the same page. So we can't have a bunch of Micah Johnsons running around. Black men, fall back. Fall back. In your rage, in your anger, in your displeasure, black men, fall back. Do nothing for a long time. Spend nothing for a long time. Have zero conversations outside of yourselves for a long time until the world acknowledges who you are. God body, armor, leg, armor, head, soldier. Until they acknowledge that, you don't need to be in these spaces. You need to figure this shit out. You have to have conversations with like minds. They don't get it. They don't get it. We never had Bill Powers in a cipher. We never had bitch-ass niggas in the clubs with us, going to Midtown to get no bread. Black men got to fall all the way back and plot and do what we need to do in the shadows. Do what needs to be done in the shadows. I'm not well, y'all. I'm telling you. No. Because I knew it, but didn't see it. The distractions are plentiful. There is a lot going on, and it disturbs your focus. You are making every attempt to do what you have to do. Your foundation as a man is shaky. You're trying to please too many people. Soldier up. Fuck this world. Fuck these people. And be serious and sincere about it. Throughout the coming days and weeks, there will be hidden and guarded language in class, specifically for men. The 1/3 of what I know has not been enough. It hasn't. It hasn't, okay? The 1/3 hasn't been enough. There's a language that I will have to begin to insert in classes for the men specifically. You have to listen. All right? As I watch what's going on in BRICS, as I watch what went on in Syria, as I watch what's going on in Brazil, in Trinidad, and Jamaica, and Haiti, nah, it's time to turn up. I can recall when I was young and the shit happened in Howard Beach, and in our youth, and in our anger, and in our rage, we didn't let an Ofe pass us. We didn't let an Ofe pass us on a subway, on 34th Street, on 42nd Street, definitely not in our community without feeling something upside their temple. Every time. Howard Beach. Pop, 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 pop. I employ black men to make sure that their nephews, if they don't watch any class, watch the beginning of this class. And while they in the streets, while they up and active, they got Jordan Neely on their mind. Deborah, much appreciation. They got Jordan Neely on their mind. Because, see, they classify all our youngins, all our teenagers, as mentally off, as on the spectrum. These are wayward kids that are listening to drill. They're truants. They're young felons. So they picture all of you, all of them, like Jordan Neely. So when it's up, it's up. If they're going to be active, let them be active. If they're going to drill, let them drill. But drill to Jordan Neely. And keep in picture the choke. Keep that picture in their head. And let them get active. No rage, no anger. Specific military training. Targeted. Definitely be more instructions later. Let's move on. Let's move on. As they threw us a distraction last night, and as everybody in the YouTube space, ran with it, all the scavengers who think everything is content, right? Who don't do shit but eat off of the people in the chat, who give no give back. If y'all didn't pay attention to them, their ass would be out on the streets too. You understand what I'm saying? No give back, no service to the people whatsoever. They ran amok with news of Jay-Z and these new allegations. Okay? Before I get into what I truly believe and what I have as a group of questions, let me just get into it. What is being reported? A woman who alleges she was essayed by Sean Diddy Combs has amended her lawsuit to include allegations that she was also aided by Jay-Z at the same party. The lawsuit was initially filed against Combs in October, but on Sunday, the woman added Sean Carter, the rapper and businessman known as Jay-Z, as a defendant in the civil suit. What civil court is open on Sunday? So is this just an amendment to her lawyer, to the legal team that representing her? Help me out. Help me out. I have never seen Sunday court. I don't care who it is. The 9/11 terrorists, one for the first one in 93 and the second one, 9/11. Boston, Marathon dudes, Tim McVeigh, I mean, on and on. OJ, and I've never heard of Sunday court. Ever. I have never heard of Sunday court. We heard of Sunday service thanks to Kanye. We know that these Bible thumpers put on their finest Them broke, they bank ain't pay their mortgage or rent to get a hard-ass shoes and skirts and wigs and makeup to go to Sunday church and Sunday school, but I've never heard of Sunday court. So I'm making an attempt to how you can have an amendment for a lawsuit on a Sunday. Listen, if they amended it Friday, then you make the statement Friday. Right? I'm trying to figure it out. Okay? Carter is the first celebrity to be accused of SA in connection to Combs. Okay? Again, let me reiterate. I could care less than a damn about either one of them. They have never given me nothing. At all. Same spaces, same circles from a distance. Never gave me nothing. Far as I'm concerned, politically, socially, they haven't given our people nothing but good vibrations for you to hump up and down or wiggle your little tail feathers to. Other than that, nothing. But I'm going to say this shit is weird. And from where I'm sitting right now, I'm not jacking it. Let's continue. In a statement addressed to a news source, Carter called the allegations so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one, exclamation. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? Combs was indicted in September on charges of rush hour, racketeering, conspiracy, and prostitution-related charges. He pleaded not guilty to the charges and has denied all wrongdoing in roughly 30 civil lawsuits that have been filed against him. 30 against the diddler. The woman, who is identified as a Jane Doe, says she was 13 years old at the time she was allegedly assaulted by Combs and Carter at an after party following the Video Music Awards in 2000. The woman alleges she began to feel woozy. Listen to the words. The woman alleges she began to feel woozy after consuming a drink at the party and wandered into a nearby bedroom. VMAs, 2000. The woman alleges Carter scraped her up first, followed by Combs. The woman says she was hit. The woman says she hit the puffster and ran out of the party, according to the amended lawsuit. Carter was identified in the initial lawsuit as Celebrity A. News of the lawsuit was first reported by NBC. According to the lawsuit, Doe's attorneys reached out to Carter to request a mediation to resolve this matter. How can you resolve that matter? You're 13, you're claiming. 13. Now you're a woman. But you need a mediation to resolve that. There's no repairing that. When you're 13 and somebody took your grippers, two grown men at almost the apex of their careers, you now as a woman believe that you can resolve the matter in a mediation? Okay? Upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, but by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, intimidation against the plaintiffs' lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence the plaintiff from naming Jay-Z herein. So now, get it. If you can't follow, this is a charge that Diddy had in a lawsuit, okay? In a civil suit that had celebrities in it. We keep hearing that there's different celebrities that are suing, that are unnamed and all this shit and all this puffster stuff. This one, celebrity A, they say now is Jay. Okay? They said they told him about it and said, yo, come through. We could talk about it. All right? Like that shit Ray J was saying, catch and kill. Let me give you 40, 50 million so you could be quiet type shit. Never mind that I've been sitting here 24 years with a busted gripper, all type of trauma. Okay? But we could talk about it if you ready to give me some of them ones. Okay? So they said Jay went on a tear. Instead of giving money, he harassing, doing all this other weirdness. Okay. The effort was meant to scare the plaintiff and to discredit her counsel. The effort failed. Indeed, plaintiff chose to file this amendment as a result of the egregious conduct perpetrated by Carter, according to the lawsuit. Okay. In response, in his response sent to CNN on Sunday, which was addressed to this Jane Doe's attorney, Tony Busby, Carter called the mediation request a blackmail attempt. Carter also said this lawyer, who I had done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. Because it's the same dude that had all them chicks against the football player dude. Right? The quarterback dude. Same lawyer. In a statement from Houston-based Busby, he wrote, "The pleading speaks for itself. This is a very serious matter that will be litigated in court." Carter added in his statement that his only heartbreak is for his family. "My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age." Right? Now, he's talking, of course, of Blue, who is of age. Almost the age of when this woman says she was assaulted. I ask you, have you ever seen Blue unchaperoned at any awards or any after parties? I'm going to ask anybody in this chat, and I'm telling you, I've been to many parties. I've never seen nobody of that age, ever. Before I get there, I always tell you about specific energies in hip-hop and in the streets at a certain time. Now, I was gone 2000, I was on my 5th year in the mountains. Matter of fact, 2000, when they saying this took place, I was actually back on Rikers Island on my appeal from New York County, First Department. I was on appeal because I blew trial. I lost trial. I was convicted in New York County, in Manhattan. And since there was so much bullshit in the case, especially with the jury selection and the jurors, then I was awarded a new trial. So in 2000, I know the energy of the streets and I know the energy of Rikers Island because I was on the island for 2 years during that appeal process. 2000. I want y'all to picture the energy of hip hop. I want y'all to picture, the tunnel days in 2000. I want y'all to picture any industry party in 2000. If you've been there, if you've been in my class, if you know who we know and move how we move, have you ever witnessed a minor in any of that? Huh? Any 13? We're not talking 16. We're not talking Aaliyah 18. We're not talking Mona Lisa, who was supposed to be on with the locks and all that. Remember her? When y'all first heard the locks, it was on Mona Lisa's song. We're not talking about that. Okay? We're not talking about Tracy Spencer 13. She was in the industry with a hit. We're talking somebody who was at the VMA and at an after party in 2000. Do y'all remember the energy before hip hop shifted to commercial rap? We talking 9/8, the Southern Explosion, Cash Money, No Limit, Rap a Lot, Death Row. We talking that type of energy. We talking beefing. Nas, Jay-Z, beef. 50 coming through, bubbling, coming up. Rough Riders. We talking that type of energy in after parties. 13 years old, no parent, and a 13-year-old wouldn't look weird and out of place. I just want, again, when it comes to propaganda, and when it comes to what people are calling Grippergate, because just last week and for the last 90 days, we have been told that Jay-Z's Grippergate, that he's at the freak-offs with grown-ass men, with Diddy, with Stevie J, with Fabulous, with Meek Mill, with Rick Ross and the kissing and all that, and DJ Khaled. We placing him in this space with grown-ass men and Grippergate and freak-offs and baby oils and all that. So you saying that that's a weird energy? Because I'm telling you, when you're around men who got that energy in them like that, that's weird. You could see it. You may not be able to sniff out them down low lizards, them little down low dudes. But a dude that mess with kids, nah, they weird. They weird. They don't even run amongst men like that. Because there's kids everywhere. So that means they got an affinity for kids, and that means they could get turned on anytime a kid is around. And they know real dudes see that. So let me get this right. In the mix of all that, you mean to tell me a 13-year-old had a drink? It's a little much appreciation for funding the war effort, Ken. You mean to tell me that that person, a kid, had a drink, was tipsy, slipped up into a bedroom where grown-ass Diddy, grown-ass Jay-Z, who been beefing and fighting and arguing about who's the king of New York, and both of them in alignment with Aaliyah and Beyonce and Ananda and Free and all this other stuff. Grown women. They bypass everything. All the trappings of what hip-hop just became. Or what hip-hop just became. To mess with a child, to violently essay a child with nobody around them. This is what was thrown at us last night. And you wake up to an Ofe being acquitted of choking a man to death right in front of you. That's okay. You don't believe in the injustice in that. But we ready to sit in a pocket? Huh? You ready to sit in a pocket and say, yeah, you know what? I think Jay could do that. That's what y'all want to believe? It don't sit right. Not with me. Not when I know all that was going on in 2000. Not when I know all the dudes that was around dudes in 2000. When dudes from Marcy is coming down to Rikers Island on appeals and they reaching out to Jay. And Dame is like, nah, don't bail that nigga out. Don't bail that dude out. And Jay having beef and problems with dudes in Brooklyn and Marcy and big dudes and saying, yo, son is down. Bail him out. How you listening to this Harlem dude? Dudes is around. That this dude is around a whole bunch of dudes and nobody sniffed out that, yo, he likes kids. He likes kids. Yo, nobody? Where's the bodyguard? Where's the bodyguard? At that time, look at the thumbnails. Where's that big, burly, light-skinned dude at that Jay had around him all this time? Where he at? Why he ain't been on the internet like rat, punk-ass Gene Deal? Where's Jay old bodyguard at? Where he at? Why nobody asking him what's up? He's right there. Old big 6'6", 6'5", quiet, big dude. Behind him. Jay got on Rockaway jean suit. He got a Rockaway jean suit. Where he at? He didn't sniff that out? He didn't say something funny about this dude? Where he at? Where he at? In 2000, every picture you see with him and Aaliyah, look at the thumbnail. Does she look like she didn't want to be next to him? Hugged up, smiling, pleasant, Body language right there. She up under his arm. She wasn't looking like that when pics with Dame. Didn't even want to acknowledge him. Shaw was up under Jay. Did she think that he liked kids? An underage teen is one thing. He's 19, 18, 17. That's one thing. When you saying 13, that's a whole different type of monster. Whole different type of monster. So, again, if we're going to believe that, where the players at that's been on social media for the last year? Where they at? Who kept saying, I was with them. I built them. Jam and Rockaware and Rockefeller. I'm the man out here. I was with him every day. I built him. Where Dame at? You built him, Dame? You smelt this on him? You wasn't saying nothing. None of y'all said nothing up until this point. You built this Dame? You was with him all the time? He hurt you? Because you, Dame, said you loved Jay-Z. You thought he was perfect. You worshiped him. You ain't say you worship Jesus. You ain't say you worship Allah. You said you worship Jay. That's why it hurt you so much. You thought he was perfect. And you didn't smell like he liked kids? You not going to come on now and defend him? And say, nah, this is emphatically not a cipher. Nah, not the Jay I know. Where you at, Dame? 2000, you was right there in the pocket. Where you at? Where you at, Bleak? You was just on Drink Champs? Jay this, Jay that, Jay this, Jay that? You not gonna come and defend him right now? What up? What up? What's really good? Fat Joe, you just sat there. You've been on social media 2 years. Right? Caillou, Cartagena? Chuck E? You got the stupid busted dope moves? You not going to come and bust a dope move and defend Jay. You just defended him with the Super Bowl choice. You not going to say, nah, in fact, nah, cipher. Nah, I don't believe it. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Beanie Siegel, where you at? You loved him too in 2000. Loved him so much that even after a bid, after getting clapped, you still was trying to get around him. Where you at? You not going to come and defend somebody you love? What up? Y'all quiet now? Now it's quiet? Everybody that was attached to him is quiet? Y'all was around there, so that means y'all had to see it. Y'all had to smell it. Y'all had to think that was possible. Huh? Let me tell you, when they would call me to bodyguard, to be around, to be in the tellies, I'm right there. I saw everything. I'm dropping dudes off at their condos. If they still in the P's, I'm in Park Hill. If we on the road, I'm at the telly. If we in the streets in NYC, I drop you off in front of the condo in Jersey. I'm here, I'm there. Yo, you good? All right, I'll be back in the morning. You know everything. So if y'all was in the studios making records, if he making sure y'all getting home, none of y'all seen nothing from this man that y'all loved so much in 2000. Nobody seen this activity. But y'all gonna believe it now? Y'all gonna get quiet now? What's up? What's up? Talk about it. Talk about it. Because y'all talked about it last night. The dirty, grimy, dingy ass dudes talked about it so much with limited intel because they know what this machine is doing. Again, I don't defend them. I don't know them. I seen him. I've been around him. I looked in his eyes. He acknowledged me. He gave me dap. And I didn't even see the sucker shit that dude say he on. But where's his peoples? Who he fed, who he clothed, who he employed. Damn it, where's the snitch broad at? She ain't got nothing to say? Shit is weird. And while they taking up your time talking about it, y'all watching people. It's in everybody's threads and this and that. It's weird. And nobody's coming and saying, nah, son, nah. Nah. They got to prove that. That's not nothing that any black man want to see on another black man's jacket. When it comes to the puffs, there's just too many, too much. It's criminal charges, criminal accusations, indictments. Not no sucker shit, not no amending of a complaint. And none of y'all stepping up. None of y'all stepping up. Where they at, man? Where they at? Where's even the ones who said, Diddy next, Puffy now, Puffy here, yup, Jay's next. They never even said no shit like that. Even the weird broad or the punk ass PO. They ain't putting none of that in there. I'm sure they surprised. When are they going to listen to them? I want y'all to hear them within the next few hours and see what because they're going to run it. They're all going to be on each other's favorite platforms running to do and saying whatever and getting that little check, whatever they get from these people. They sit there and say, oh, I'm shocked. And, I knew he was going to be, but I didn't know. But kids is different. They're going to run. You're going to see all that shit. And I'm just telling y'all to start listening with clean ears and watching with clear eyes. That these peoples is full of shit. Because they thought that was in them, they would have been said it. It's not the VMAs. It's saying it was an after party after the VMAs. So we can't say the VMA. The VMAs, we see kids and then we see people who bring their children and all that. And that's only now. 2000. No. Okay, no. 2000. I'm telling you, if you are of that culture, if you are of that community in hip hop and commercial rap, you know it was up in 2000. Wasn't this? We talking pre 9/11. We talking about at the turn of the century into the new millennium. When dudes on the street, we was running wild. Man, we ain't got much time left. 2000, this shit gonna go over. We done. That's how we was raised. Prince told you that. Didn't he tell you that? You gonna party like it's 1999? We was under the impression it was over. So we was wild. Rainbows knew their place. Over, everybody knew their place. Everybody was doing what energy and hip hop was nothing but street strength dudes. No weirdos allowed. The weirdest shit you had was Q-Tip and Tribe Called Quest. It was the weirdest shit you seen. Wasn't none of this shit now. Wasn't none of this shit now. Dudes was dudes. You seen a kid in an environment like that, you gonna hesitate. Like, what? You ain't even had no little young chicken heads around like that. Out of here. They looked out of pocket. Their little skinny legs putting on boots and shit like that. Get out of here. The bouncers wasn't even letting them come through the door. It wasn't like that. So I want y'all to make it make sense. We not saying that it didn't happen or it couldn't happen. We're talking about the likelihood for us just to run with it and say, oh, yup, oh, he found, yup, and just, let's be easy. And again, if that is the possibility, and we going to believe that, Cousin Reg, what up, cousin? And we going to sit there and we going to believe that that transpired, all of them get charged then. All of them. Beanie Siegel, Dame Dash, Memphis Bleak, all of them get charged for that then. If that was the element that was moving back then. Because it was only a few of them and they all was battling to be at the top and they all ran together, on tour together, everybody. So if they sitting quiet and not defending, say, I don't want to say nothing. No, somebody might say something about me. Let me fall back. The worst thing you can do is allow somebody to distort history, to shift facts. That's how our ass got enslaved in the first place. Not knowing who you are, not knowing the degrees and the lessons. Allowing these old faiths, the divine evils, to distort history and the Bill powers to run with it. 2000, we talking 2000. So call his peoples. Call all these dudes who've been sitting with him, who've been building with him, who've been saying that, this is what we doing now. This is what type of time we on. Yeah, we past kneeling and all. Where's all them dudes? Where they at? Why they not on social media today raising hell? And then you wonder why. In all reality, black men don't mess with black men. Because we don't have a true accountability, a responsibility to and for each other, or a love for each other. So anyone can whisper some bullshit in your ear, like Shaitan. When the Shaitan whispers in, and you can believe something like that about a man who fed you, clothed you, brought you through with him. Saved you probably from the grip or gate of Diddy and the rest of them. And you could turn back. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nah. I want to see. I want to see who going to come through and speak out. I want to see who going to tell the truth. I also want to see all the regulars. It's all on social media. I see all y'all shit. I be on everybody's shit, looking, watching, reading body language, looking in eyes, seeing them getting ready to lie, thinking about thoughts, hesitating and breathing and all that. I want to see what they're going to say. I want to see. I want to see how this shit play out. And before I get elevated again, because, excuse me, it's been a lot today. Big Swarm Diggs, much appreciation for the super chat. You don't understand? It's too much. Between that and between this old Faye walking, nah. I have to do some deep meditating, plotting and planning. You dig? Plotting and planning, because if we continue to be in these spaces, the allegations that both of those men are up against, it's going to pale in comparison to what the everyday average next door black man is going to be doing in the communities when the more phase is on our ass. It's just what it is. I'm telling you. I see terrible times coming for those who are not really woke, those who don't have militancy in them to get rid of the mental chains of the oppressors, the spiritual bondage that the oppressors have wrapped around that men can be so fucking weak. Watch and you will see what transpires in our communities, in our neighborhoods, because black men have lost their goddamn mind. It's going to be, I smell it. I see it every day. That's why I work so hard in the communities. I talk to young folks in the schools, in the streets, wherever, to get them out of that funky mindset. I'm telling you, y'all don't see how it moves. Y'all don't understand Palestine, Syria, Haiti. Y'all don't understand when the whole phase is coming. Y'all don't get it. And we are prime. Here, we are prime for the slaughter. I'm telling you. It's just that bad. So classroom assistants, once again, much appreciation for holding it down. Okay? Much appreciation for y'all for holding it down. To everybody who funded the war effort, much appreciation. If you didn't fund the war effort and you here, much appreciation to you too. You'll get it one day. You'll get it. You'll get it. I mean, the dude Daniel Penny, right? This is what we want to believe, that he was able to afford a special jury selector, a jury consultant, a jury specialist. He was able to afford her to put her in there while he was picking his jury, and she could look and see who would convict him. This is what they want you to believe, that he had the funds to do that. So when I don't have funds to do the magnificent work of getting people to believe in themselves enough to fight back against the bullshit that we are living in, that's what it is. He got it done. If we want to believe in that, he got it done. And he had the funds to make sure that he get the outcome he needed. So when we don't have the outcomes that we want, chalk it up to the funding. Chalk it, because it's not the intelligence no more. It's not the information. It's not the doctrine. It's not the marching, the protesting. It's not who you put in office no more. It's none of that, because none of that shit work. So we just are being outfunded when it comes to justice. So again, if you did, much appreciation. Miss Lovelace, much appreciation. Salute. You did? That's where we at with it. Don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Always. All my truckers out there, get to your destination safe. Let me hear the horns. When you at the rest stop pulling over, keep them chicken heads up out of your cabin. Okay? Get you something to eat. Don't be on the road trying to drive tired and hungry. All right? As always, I'll be back. Don't know when. Don't know how. I'll be back. Okay? And if you are triggered by today's verdict, take a few deep breaths, sit back, and plot. Plot your action. Learn what it means to control and own your own labor. That's a get back. If you are not financially strapped to the institutions that allow people to lynch us, that's a win. Plot. Make sure you're not part of that financial institution. Plot. If you see an old fake, Kizzy spit in the cup. At work, spit in the cup. Plot. If you of the street and you really in that and you active, get back. If you that triggered, but plot. Don't be like dummy with your picture all over the TV. Make sure when you go do your thing, you ain't got no electronics on you. I mean, plot. That'll ease that anxiety you have. And we'll have future discussions. Because we militant as a motherfucker around here. All peace and power to the people's struggle. Much love to you all. Again, I'm here. All right? And 55 gang, get y'all grades up.